Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is me, Kieran Pixels, and today we are live. I did not prepare for this at all. I should have washed my face like 7 other times. My hair looks greasy as fuck. But we are here today to talk about Magicide. Oh god, can you guys hear me? I don't actually know if you can hear me. What if you can't hear me? Give me a sec. Well, let me check the stream. Hello. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. You can hear me. You can hear me. Okay. Hello, everyone. Say hi in chat. There is a somewhat of a delay, so it will take me like a few seconds in order to respond. But we are here today to talk about Magicide. What is Magicide? You should know what Magicide is if you're here. But if you don't know what Magicide is, or you're interested in finding out what Magicide is, you can actually check it out. I'll put the link in chat, and it's like the official Magicide website, so you can find out about Magicide through that. I'm really excited to show you, like, Magicide and all that. Shut the fuck up, Dr Pickle. I just got that, so it's in chat. So basically, we're talking Magicide. We're doing a Magicide Q&A. So I'm open to all questions. If you've never heard of the game, even just the question like what is Magicide, ask me it, whatever. It is what it is. But I'm very I'm ecstatic. So doing a Magicide. Guys, I know it's not muted. I know it's not fucking muted. I can see the stream up right here. Yeah. So we're like 2 minutes late on the stream. Say hi in chat, everyone. Do the do's, the things, the whatevers. Because we are here, we are live. Like, live. We are live. It's, oh my god, Dr. Pickle, I will murder you. Just because you live in the southern hemisphere does not mean you're entitled to shit. Alright? Anyways. My mic is not muted, you piece of shit. So, we're gonna get into the Magicide. I mean, there's no rush. We've got like 2 people. Oh god, we had 3 people here, now we only have 2. Where's my audience going, guys? Do you guys not want to learn about Magicide Q&A? Guys, come on. Listen, guys. Do I have to... Do I have to promote the stream again? I'll do that. I'm going on Twitter right now. Okay. We are live. We are live. Ask me questions about my upcoming, my in development RPG Magicide. Hashtag game dev, hashtag RPG maker. I hate RPG Maker. I really do. It's not taken seriously, but it's my tool of preference. So there's a love-hate relationship we got going there. Yeah, I tweeted that out. People in the stream. How much people have we got? We got two concurrent viewers. Anyways, what was I saying? Right. Where are my viewers going? Come on, guys. We just started. Don't leave me hanging. Please. What do I gotta do? Bro, I'm not promoting the jump hugger. Okay, we got 3 viewers in. Thank you, everyone in chat. We got Dr. Pickle and John Parker in the chat. Fucking props to those guys, except for Dr. Pickle. He didn't get props. I can spam in this server because I will have 0 consequences. So, Magicide. We love it, boys and girls. Yeah, like the stream already. People, thanks for liking the stream, guys. Like and subscribe. This is number 3 for Magicide. Alright. Okay. So, we've gotten a fair amount of people here. Do I need background music? I think we probably do need background music. Um, wait, I shouldn't be doing this on stream. I had the hold on screen prepared, but I didn't have the actual stream prepared. Give me a sec. Let me put in a media source. I hope I have something here. Come on. I don't want to use the same song. Let me just search up copyright free my downloads. Oh yeah, let me disable my Discord notifs. Let me go in streamer mode. There we go. Come on. I have the Squid Game no copyright. Do we want that, guys? Do we want... We're not having that. Okay, here we go. That is very loud. There we go. Let's lower it down. Free watching. Okay. I want it quiet. I don't want it to, you know, take over everything. Okay. Yeah. Okay, it's quiet enough. So, guys, ladies and gentlemen, with all of that out of the way, let's get this started. Magicide Q&A. So, we've got 3 people watching, but I expect people to join as it goes on, that kind of stuff. Magicide Q&A. Actually, because I genuinely, I don't have high hopes. I get like 0 views whenever I stream, so I was smart about this, guys. I was smart, and I made a Google form where people could put in questions they wanted to ask about Magicide. So we could start with them, or you could ask questions in chat. Whatever. I'm gonna get these up actually right now, because let's see what people asked. Oh, real promising, guys. Let me get this up. This is really promising. So, window capture. Fuck. Wait. God damn it. No, you're not supposed to go there. Okay. No. Oh, that's the fucking background. No. No, that's not what I'm trying to grab. Dude. What is this shit? No, don't go over my webcam. There we go. Why is that over everything else? Like, let's put that... No, not behind the background. Look. Here we have it. Let's fit this to screen. So, as we can see, we have two questions that are going to start us off with this Magicide stream. Right? So, what do we have? Let's check out our first question we've got. I should have actually probably like put like, you know, what is your name? Because I don't know who these questions are from. You know, if this is your question, type in chat if you're here. But I actually made this so people couldn't show up to the stream. So, our first question is, I don't know if you guys can see this. Actually, can you look? What plants and animals can be found in the world of Magicide? So, plants and animals. I'm sure this is very interesting. Is this interesting? I don't know. So, Magicide is a lot like our world in a lot of ways, right? Like, if you start with like the basics, if we just have like the first layer of the cake. See, envision just like a generic cake right now, guys. We have a cake. The first layer is, you know, all these plants and animals that exist in our real world, right? Magicide is a fantasy world, but, you know, we have the foundations based on our world. So, plants and animals, you at first you'll begin to see stuff like we have in our world. You know, cats exist in Magicide. We have cats in the real life. We have all that. We have this grass. The grass exists in Magicide. I know, it's crazy. that exists in Magicide, which it also exists in real life. That's a crazy realization, I know. Why is my webcam like just on that map specifically? But no, yeah, we have things that exist in real life also exist in Magicide. But that's a boring ass answer. It's not just that. So that was the first layer of the cake. We have the foundations of the world of Magicide. We have like all this stuff in the real world. So what is unique to Magicide now? Well, see, Magicide it's very interesting, right? So we have monsters and we have all these probably plant species, all this. And basically it's I'm trying to not make it sound too complicated. It's some basic lore. So Magicide, we have like monsters, and a lot of the monsters you'll see are actually based on real life animals. Now you're Kieran, what the fuck are you talking about? What does this mean? Let me show you some examples right now. Actually, I'm gonna show you some sneak peeks of some creatures that exist in Magicide. Let me get them up here right now. I am complicating this significantly. Come on, image. Okay, sorry, I have to now go into my files and get an example of what I'm talking about. Okay. This is an outdated sprite. I want you guys to know that, but it's something that gives you an idea. Let's start with this motherfucker. Okay. It's very small. If we upscale it, it looks like trash. What the hell is this? What is this thing, you guys will ask? See, let me explain to you why Magicide has these monsters and other like life forms. So in this world, all these magical creatures are actually created by humans. That's right, they were created by humans. Specifically the Magjinn, which are, if you don't know, you know, the magical kind of, the humans who can do magic, basically. And it's for a bunch of reasons why. Basically, early humans, with their magic, decided, yo, what if we take this animal and we fucking slap it together with this other thing, and then shit like this gets created, and then they breed in the wild and become their own species. So this here is a Hoptic. Whoever made this, I made this, it looks like I just threw a fucking bunny rabbit together with a huge ass eye, and it's called Hoptic. Why is it called Hoptic? Because it's like hop, like a bunny, and optic, like, you know, optic, like, I'm annoying as fuck, I know. But we have got those two things going together. Hoptic is, that's just one of the examples. An outdated example, may I add, because we don't actually use these are like the front view battle sprites, which we don't use a front view battle system anymore. So that is very, very outdated. Let me give you another example though. Oh my, I love this guy. Oh yeah, we got Squirmy. We have our lovable Squirm. Is there just not any chat updating? Is the chat just not updating, or has no one typed in chat? Is anyone in chat? Guys, why is no one speaking in chat? Anyway, Hoptic. No, we're not Hoptic. This is a Squirmy. And this is what you might get when you merge three animals. When you merge an owl with a rat and a worm. Why? Why would you do this? Who knows? This thing it's got like the eyes of an owl, it's got like the body of a rat, and then it's got the limbs of a worm. I know, this is truly inspiring, guys. And yeah, so when it comes to creatures, animals, all of these creatures were created by humans for one purpose. I don't know the purpose. I don't know why they would create this. You know, sometimes these early humans might create them for food, right? You know, create like food. Or they might use it as like pets. I don't think you would keep this as a pet personally. Or you could, you know, use it as like a scarecrow type thing, like, something that will, like, scare away animals from your crops. Basically, these early humans, and not even just early humans, but all the ones that are, like, massive in the wild were created a long time ago in the Magicide world, and they have since repopulated themselves. See, so these creatures were, just created out of a whim, but repopulated into the wild. And so in Magicide, we will see a lot of these creatures, all magic, these magical creatures, these monsters. And one thing distinctly when making them, so I did a lot of my research into RPGs, right? I did, and I kind of noticed that RPGs just have a lot of the fucking same enemy, right? Every single RPG has to have a slime or something like that. I don't know why. I really don't know why. And I looked at that and I was like, that's kind of lame, isn't it? Like, we don't have to have slimes. We don't have to have these generic enemies we've seen 100 times. That was me yawning. Um, so when designing these monsters and creatures, I really thought like, no, I want to do something original. Some shit that no one has really thought of or done before, right? Unique monsters, and I really wanted to do that not only for like the lore and world building sake of Magicide, not only to give it more of its own unique identity rather than just copying like the generic RPG monsters. I did it because come on, I just fucking love creating monsters. Let me show you another one. I think it'd be cool if I show you another one. Again, these are outdated sprites. They're not used in the game anymore. We used to have a front view battle system where, think like Pokemon, like Gen 1, where you would have like, the Pokemon in front of you and you would be attacked. We used to have like that, so these sprites are, pretty big. And da-da-da-da. Now we use a side view, which means it's like more in tone with the overworld type stuff. Here's a Magistrum. Oh my god, I can't wait for the Smash or Pass Magicide monsters. That's gonna be really fun. Um, so here we have a Magistrum. Magistrum are that I guess you could consider this a plant. It is literally just a mushroom that has been combined with basically a spider, and it has a creepy ass grin. I don't trust that with his shit, right? Now, of course, all these things they are based off of, they exist independently. Like, spiders still exist, even though Magistrum exists. Yeah, not to confuse anyone. I don't want to confuse anyone with, like, this is part spider, this is whatever, whatever. But yeah, this is, when this was created as a spider, right? And a mushroom combined together to make a Magistrum. And why was this created? Like I said, I don't know the lore reasons. I could make up a lore reason for it, but Magistrum, yeah, I'll fucking do that. So Magistrum, right? They were created long time ago because farmers they wanted to harvest mushrooms, right? And they thought if they could make them into a creature that reproduces, they could have way bigger like yields of like mushrooms every harvest season or whatever. That's a good enough reason, but it's for something like that, right? They were created for a reason, but over time they've kind of bred in themselves into the wilderness. Their original purpose has kind of like, the original purpose of why they were created have kind of like went out, and now they just roam in the wild as these, independent monsters. Um, I guess I have to show you one more. And this one doesn't actually have a front view thing, so it will look very weird in stream. Um, Let me get it real quick. Okay. Okay, what you're about to see is like it's like it's the character sheet, so the animations for the basic walking animation and all that. So it will look different, but see, there's like gonna be like 50 of these, but just ignore that. This motherfucker, right? This is what happens when you ask in a random Discord server, hey, I need something basic to, like, give me an idea for a monster. And someone just responded, mouth. What the fuck did I create? I created the licky leg. This thing is actually terrifying. Really is terrifying. And it is why the creatures in Magicide are they're very unique. Because if you don't call this thing unique, I don't know what is unique. This thing is a disembodied like pair of lips with a tongue, then with human legs. Human legs. Just coming out of the bottom of it. While it has a fucking shit-eating grin and a pair of eyes. You know, that is the definition of terrifying. One concurrent viewer. Wow. Oh boy. I'm really losing. People are really losing their patience here, aren't they? I mean, I guess people will come back to kind of talk about all these things in Magicide. Hopefully. I mean, like, I hope people will come back and watch this in order to, you know, get some answers to some questions. So, yeah, overall, to sum it up, the plants and animals that can be found on the World of Magicide are all very unique. Oh my god, Krog Official in chat. Everyone give my friend Krog Official a warm welcome. Here's the one concurrent viewer. Thank you, Krog. Thank you. I don't know where John and Dr. Pickle are. I'm so upset. They left. There's a fucking moth trying to fly around in my room. Anyways, so yeah, overall, to sum it up, what plants and animals can be found in the world of Magicide? Very unique ones that roam in the wild, but also a lot. Basically, all things that exist in real life also exist in Magicide. Isn't that fun and exciting? Let me check out the stream real quick. Overall, to sum it up, what plants and animals can be found in the world of Magicide? Very unique ones that roam in the wild, but also a lot. Basically. Oh, let me get the music to play over again, just because. Also exist in there Magicide. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, two current viewers again. Good. Now, there is a second question on here, but it's not an actual question. It's what I wish I knew who wrote this to yell at them. I feel like it's Dr. Pickle, but it's if you would, why did it want to do? Who with why don't it do? Like, bro, what is this question? I don't know what you're asking me here, pal. Like, I hope the music isn't too loud, but how am I supposed to respond to this? Genuinely, what do you want me to respond to this with? You think you're fucking funny? You think you're funny asking me a crazy question like this? Of course it was. Of course. Of course it was you, Krog. There was a bit of a stream delay, so, pardon that. But, yeah. Those are the two questions I had, had previously. Which means I'm sadly going to have to ask you guys to give me more questions. Because, whatever. Ask me anything about the game, the lore, the gameplay, and I'll show you stuff as well. So if you want to know about some certain things, I might show you. And I'm not answering that, Krog. Just give me questions, please. Okay, let me just readjust myself in this chair. Let's get comfortable to get some good question responses. And get this liquor leg out of here. Okay, and let's get this sauce up. Okay, Kirk, answer your question. Meanwhile, until you get this response. Yeah. So, what do I have here? This map? This background, actually. Aha, perfect. We got a question from Krog. Do you have any public development on possibly a soundtrack? Well, Krog, that's very funny you asked that, considering you actually volunteered to start helping me with that soundtrack. So, this is a very long story. I'm gonna go on the whole thing. Feel free, guys, to ask me questions like while I'm talking about this. Genuinely do. Like maybe I should just have like some text. Uh, I'm gonna put text. You know, like ask me questions in chat, and I'll answer them. Let me just quickly put that up there because otherwise people won't ask questions. God, I'm the only one who does this, I swear. Oh, look, here we go. Ask me questions in chat and I'll answer them. Okay. So, soundtrack. Originally, when I first started making the game, I fully did intend to have an OST made for it. I was planning to commission it from my friend Pelogio Prime. I think they go by a different name, Palette Prime or whatever now. But yeah, me and them, we were like really, really close. And my original plan was after I had completed the game, I was going to commission them to do the OST. But realistically, that kind of fell through because a big thing about making an RPG is scenes, right? Scenes, and music is a very important part of making a good scene. So I would be making these scenes and I wouldn't know what the final music that was going to sound like was going to be. So I would have to put like these replacement songs in, then you would change the song and the scene just wouldn't work. And so I was like, oh shit, I probably should get the music made as I make the game so I can actually make scenes that fit with the music. Because that's the problem, guys. You make a scene with certain music, you change that music, and it just loses its feel, right? I would make a scene that's just so super fucking tragic, super sad, crying, shitting, pissing, just like absolute dread, and you would change the music and it would suddenly become the funniest shit ever. So, what I decide is the music looping? Is the music looping? Let me check real quick. Okay, it's good. But so basically, with that, after I realized this, I was like, I probably need to get the music now. Now, why I didn't just go to Pelodria at that point and ask for music is because, like, we were starting to, like, grow more distant from each other. So, like I said, Pelodria used to be, like, one of my, like, you know, childhood friends. Really good friend of mine. But we kind of grew distant, and I don't want to, like, overstep my boundaries. Because, you know, I didn't want to, like, you know, just show... I don't think they were even doing commissions around that time, so I don't want to just, like, bother them with, like, being like, hey, could you make the OST for my game? Like, I wanted to, you know, let it happen naturally if it was going to happen. But basically, more time went on, and yeah, basically grew completely distant from Paludia. And so, at that point, I decided, you know what, this game doesn't need to have a custom OST. I would like to have one, but I was like, I can't have a custom OST. I can't. So, at that point in the game's development, I was, you know, just like, I want to have a custom OST, but if I can't have one, I'm okay with that. I do want to still have, like, a title theme and all that, but, okay, hold up. I say I don't want to have an OST, but Krog asked this because he's helping me. He knows music, he doesn't know anything to do with proper software, so, but he knows the things of music, and so, hopefully, we're gonna, like, see the development of an OST later in, well, not later, but, like, very soon in Magicide, and I don't know how long it will take, but the game itself won't be fully composed of a unique OST. I'm sorry, it won't. I don't have the budget to do that. Nor the time for, you know, even volunteers. And you know, we're gonna have a lot of variance in stuff. But, there will be music for, like, individual characters, game over, theme, title screen. we're gonna have a pretty sizable OST, but the game will also be like a fair amount of just like royalty-free music that I have acquired the rights to use, which that is literally the point of royalty-free. And not like bad royalty-free, like genuinely good stuff. I would use it here, but it's like one of those things where you can only use it in very specific scenarios, and I don't know if streaming said OST on its own would, not OST, music on its own would be like a violation of that. But yeah, so to your answer, will the game have a it's, you know, a soundtrack, an OST? The answer is possibly, maybe, yes. Well, more development on that. Krog official, you also asked me, what is my motivation? So, to this, pretty basic, you know, why are you making the game, And I don't want to give you another history lesson, you know? I don't want to give, like, 30 minutes onto each question, although maybe I should, maybe that'll make a better question. I could go into, like, my, you know, what Magicide was originally going to be, because Magicide didn't start out as Magicide. I'm sure I've made that pretty clear to a lot of people, but people been keeping up with around, like, the scene of, like, Magicide, people who know me personally, will know that Magicide was not actually the original game that I was developing. Originally, you're not gonna buy this, people who don't know. So, July 2018, I was making a shitpost. I was making a shitpost game for my Discord server. I kid you not. I hated RPG Maker. I still have a lot of disdain at the shit people pump out of it. But I picked up RPG Maker because I had actually used it years prior, and I thought, like, I hate it just because of, like, the RTP people use, like the generic RTP, all of that kind of stuff. People pick it up and just put out terrible shit. And I thought, oh, this is perfect for making my shitpost game. I was making a shitpost game of my Discord server. And so I made the shitpost game, and I'll get to your other question soon, Krog. I was making a shitpost game, Team Rocks RPG, and I was working on it, and I really enjoyed working in it, right? And I put in so much effort at a point that I thought, why am I making this a shitpost? I could just make this an actual game. Like, literally, I put in so much effort to this shitpost that I really thought I could step it up and make this an actual game. You know, of course I would have to, you know, put a whole new paint on it, but the mechanics I had worked on and all, like, the stuff I was learning from doing it, I thought I could actually just make an actual game. So, the second game incarnation before Magicide was actually called Potato Chip Chronicles. So at this point, I still wasn't convinced at making, like, a fully serious game. I was in the middle stage. I was, like, I was conflicted. I still wanted to do something that was, you know, wouldn't, like, be criticized super much if it wasn't that good. Because I guess that's what really came down to it. I was afraid if I really tried to make a serious game and it wasn't good enough that I'd be criticized heavily for it. But if I thought to myself, if I just make something that's really funny, then of course it will be, you know, loved. It'll just be like, if it's terrible but it's, like, funny, people will think it's meant to be bad, even though it wasn't. And I can actually show you some shit from Potato Chip Chronicles, which was the second game incarnation. Because honestly, there is a lot to unpack. So, Potato Chip Chronicles actually has a lot of stuff that would later go into Magicide. From its title, you can tell it was very comedic. It was basically, it was my attempt to make a funny RPG, which it was actually a very unique idea. I don't think there's been too much RPGs that are, like, very comedic. It had a logo, right? It had a logo. I'm quickly just downloading this logo just so I can put it in here, because So Potato Chip Chronicle, this... Okay, I'm gonna get to what led to my motivation, guys. Just hold on. So Potato Chip Chronicles. Ignore the wire. This was the logo for it, right? It was... It's... I don't know why it's a box. I honestly don't know why I made it a box. But it's like, you know, it's... Yeah, it had a theme going on. It was like... It was trying to be something, alright? It had an identity. Now, what did Potato Chip Chronicles... Actually, like, what happened with Potato Chip Chronicles, right? Well, Potato Chip Chronicles, I made characters, and I didn't know what the game was at that point. I still don't know what I was ever aiming for. Potato Chip Chronicles was just made up on the spot. And while making Potato Chip Chronicles, I thought, what if I make characters based off of, like, the, concept of the 7 Deadly Sins? And I thought that would be cool. I think that's actually already been done like an anime or something. I don't actually know. But at the time I had no idea it was done before. So I thought it was like a revolutionary concept. Like, what if I make these characters off the embodiment of these traits? I thought I was like super original. And so I started making them. And there's a lot of them actually. I could actually just open up my Discord for this actually. Just rather than showing you all of this. Let me do that, actually. I'll get my Discord up for this. Just don't look at, like, my servers and stuff, guys. Okay. Window. Discord. Okay. So... Oh god, let me put this down a bit. I don't want it to cover up, bro. There we go. So, then we're taking a peek into the old thing. So, Potato Chip Chronicles, I started basing the characters off of the 8 Deadly Sins. This was, I believe, Envy. These are very small. I should upscale these just so you can see. Oh no, that's stretching them out. I'm gonna try to make these big as hell, just so you guys can actually see what these are. Okay, well, it's hard. These are the character sheets, which is, you know, why they're there. So this was supposed to be the embodiment of envy. Let me make my mouse cursor actually visible. Oh, it just doesn't capture. My cat's at my door. I'm gonna tell it to shut the fuck up in a minute. Here we go. So this here, the embodiment of envy. Does this remind you of anyone? We'll get back to that. Then I decided to do other ones, like Wrath. You know, this guy looks angry. He's Wrath and all that shit. And then we had ones for everything I would go on to. And this character here, what I did for Envy, when the game would later be rebranded into Magicide, she would become Maya, the current protagonist of Magicide. So this was one of the things that was carried over. There's a lot to unpack here. I don't know what people are thinking, but yeah, there was a lot of stuff. I remember. Oh yeah, inspiration from that project. This genuinely had a lot of promise. This Potato Chip Chronicles, but I put a lot of effort into it, and eventually decided to go with Magicide. I had a few name changes. Anyways, so to ultimately ask you what keeps you motivated on the game, I'm sorry I'm dragging these questions out so much, but I haven't gotten that much, so if I gave really short responses, this stream would like not last and it would be silent. So basically, when it comes to motivation, what keeps me motivated, not only do I enjoy seeing the progress, but why I've kept on for this for so long, because it's genuinely something I want to put out there in the world. Magicide is like, I'm not sure if it will be the first of its kind. I genuinely don't know. There could be. I'm not going to just guess and say it is the first of its kind, but I want to put it out to the world because I have a message I want to put out, and I don't want to spoil what that message is. That's not like ambiguous for I don't have one, and I'm just making this up now. I do have a message I want to put out with Magicide, but it is a message I want to really put out to the world, and I want to do it in the form of a video game. I've always loved story writing, and you can see that in my skit videos, and all that, and like I've directed things and all that, and I really just like making narratives and stories, and I've always loved doing that. And so to make a game, it's an upgrade to that format. So Magicide is just the story I want to put out into the world, have it out there. I won't say my magnum opus because come on, it's like the first big project that I wish to succeed to come out, so it'll be the first of its kind. Maybe it will be my magnum opus, but it will kind of be sad if it is, because it's like one of my first major projects. Anyway, so Magicide is what keeps me motivated is just seeing it come out one day, and I've been on and off with development, big breaks, months in between, but I always come back to developing it, and I always make great progress, because each time I do, I inch closer to releasing it, and that is what I'm ultimately going for. Give me a sec to breathe, because I'm talking so much. I'm not really used to talking on streams. So, Krug Official, you also asked, but one last question you'll get is, what makes Magicide unique compared to other RPGs? You can't see me because I'm going behind my mic, like, ooh. So, Magicide is, unique in a couple ways. Okay, on its own, it might be hard to see how it's unique, but I'm not sure these things are fully unique, but in combination it is somewhat unique. So, first of all, Magicide, like I said this earlier with the monsters, I didn't want the generic RPG monsters, so I made completely new monsters, all that shit. So going into this Magicide, I really wanted like rich and thriving world building. That's not unique to it though, lots of things have that. What's unique to it is, I guess, I've seen this being done in like Bethesda games and all that a lot, but a lot of it is freedom of choice. That's not unique to RPG, that's the whole point of RPG, right? But there's two kinds of RPG I would like to kind of mention, to give some context, right? So, there's Western RPGs which focus more on like, the characters, like Western RPGs are more focused on customization, freedom of choice, decisions, being your own character, making your own character. Eastern RPGs are like having like a set path, right? Like you play as a character, you don't play as yourself, you play as a character. While in Western RPGs, a lot of the time you get to customize your own character, make your own character. So Magicide in that terms is a lot like a mix of Eastern and Western RPG elements. Because on one hand, you play as like these set characters in this set world, in like all this lore world building, and you're a part of it. You don't really influence it much yourself. And so in that kind, it's like an Eastern RPG. But on the other hand, it's a Western RPG because the story doesn't take one path. The story really branches out in like to a bunch of paths depending on the decisions you choose. And like these endings. I guess I could say it kind of is like, if you've seen the Henry Stickmin series, especially the last one where it has all those paths, Magicide kinda will have that, although it won't, be like as it won't be like the splits off will happen a lot towards like the end, the major splits off in the story, just because it would be like super like impossible if it was from the beginning. But generally, like if you think of like Henry Stickmin, how all those decisions would like give you a completely different ending and all this, the decisions you make throughout the game will heavily influence like the later, like the end portion of the game for you. And that itself is, I wouldn't call it unique, but it's distinctly, the way I'm going to be doing it is, to me, unique. Because Another big inspiration to me making it, Magicide, was, I hate saying this, but Undertale. No, well, Undertale didn't inspire me making Magicide, but my general idea for, like, different endings came from, regrettably, Undertale. I love Undertale, but it kind of has, like, a reputation for, like, that kind of game, and no, Magicide is not going to be like Undertale by any regards. Don't set the standards that high for it. But, I got the idea for multiple endings from Undertale, and I'll be real, I was kind of disappointed. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed by Undertale's, the endings, because the endings, I think they're fucking great. We had these three major paths, and, it was revolutionary when it came out. You can choose to be a good guy or a bad guy. I'm sure it's not the first to do it, but it popularized it, right? And it popularized, you can be the bad guy, you can be the good guy. You get to choose, you get to have that freedom. And I love that. But I think when it came to the endings, it kind of fell short, right? Like, you get, like, a good guy route, you get a bad guy route, but all the grayness in between, you get one route for that. You get the neutral route. If you don't choose to be super evil or super good, you just get the same generic neutral route with, like, the same phone call. And I think that it's a lot of potential, like, missed, right? So, to me, one thing I really wanted to, like, show is morally grey. Morally grey is, like, a very big portion of, like, all characters, right? Not everyone is intrinsically bad or intrinsically good. Rarely anyone is. Real life, no one's completely evil or completely good, save for, like, some despicable people who you all can know who I'm talking about from how I'm talking about this. And if you don't, you should probably look into your 1940s, and see the guy behind that whole war. He might be considered completely evil, but in real life, you rarely meet someone who is completely evil, nor do you meet someone who is completely good. Very rarely do you meet them. In fiction, you see them all the time, but in real life, you don't see these super evil characters, these super good characters. Everyone is more in this morally grey area. Me, you, we're all morally grey, right? We can do good things, we can do bad things, we aren't heroes, we aren't villains, we're all these morally grey characters. And Magicide, I really wanted to make, like, this big, massive way for the player to be morally grey and have vastly different, like, consequences. You don't get the same result by being morally grey in the same way, because it's like a spectrum. You can be super good, be so fucking heroic, but then just be an asshole to this one village, burn it down, kill everyone in it, and that's an extreme example, but that, you're morally grey at that point. You can't go back, but because of that, you'll get a very unique ending, right? I wanted a game where morally greyness, you could experiment in that moral grey area. You could do these actions, you could, sorry if I'm rambling on, that is kind of the point of this Q&A, I'm not used to them, but I kind of seem like a nerd, but yeah, morally, I keep on saying morally grey, Jesus Christ, take a fucking drink every time I say morally grey, but no, genuinely, that grey area, I really wanted the player to experiment around in, right? You can be terrible in a lot of ways, but you can also be good in a lot of ways. And it's those individual ways, how they impact things. How each decision you make can have vastly different consequences. So, that is something, to me, maybe Magicide isn't unique, but I haven't seen it in anything popular. I haven't. I wanted to make a game with vastly different, morally grey playthroughs. Something you could play, like, 10 times, completely different, get a completely different ending and experience. And with Magicide, how I envision it and how I already have drafted up all of these, like, different pathways, that is how it's gonna be like. You can play Magicide over and over And it's like, people say Undertale had replayability when it came to endings, but it really didn't. Free endings isn't really... It's replayable, like, twice. Because, to be fair, no one's going to play for the neutral route. You go for pacifism, you go for genocide. And most people don't even do genocide, so saying Undertale has replayability is just kind of a lie. That's controversial, I know. I'm going to get cancelled on this. Someone's going to clip this, put it on Twitter, say why I'm evil for saying that, but no. Magicide genuinely will be very replayable, just for the fact that you don't have to be intrinsically good, you don't have to be intrinsically bad. There's no perfect ending. You're going to want to go back to the different endings to see how the world evolves around your actions. You know, it's not just black and white, the world, everyone's dead, or everyone's just partying, having fun. No, sometimes you could leave the world in a state where it's just anarchy. You could destroy all institutions of power and just leave the world in anarchy and see what happens from there. Or you could destroy the institutions of power and you could become them. You could become the empress of the world of Magicide, which is actually named Teferia. So, yeah, with that, you have a lot of choices you get to make, and those choices are the essence of Magicide, and which is why I'm excited to play this, and I already know the outcome, right? When I actually play Magicide, I'm going to be super excited to see all these outcomes I'm going to be able to make. Like, genuinely, I'm excited just, like, thinking about it. That's one reason that keeps me motivated, actually, just the fact that I, myself, I'm gonna, like, you know, actually, like, play it, and I'm gonna be able to make my own route, and all that. And to me, that replayability is just gonna be fun. Not to mention updates, right? Like, I don't think it's too far-fetched that I update Magicide after it's released. Add additional content. Maybe add more endings. More, like, additional routes. Maybe make DLC. That's a bit, you know, far future, but that's one thing I'm really excited about Magicide. When it's out, the replayability... Plus, it could be something that I could very easily add new content for. I could add new content in terms of new endings, new kind of like decisions, new side quests, all that kind of stuff. So Magicide is very much, all actions have consequences, not just the major actions. All independent actions in one way, shape or form will have some sort of consequence. That guy you told to fuck off in that one town at the beginning of the game, he might show up at like a different town later in the game, and he's gonna be mad at you, and he might fight you or something like that. And yeah, maybe not every action has consequences, but every action that's like important has consequences. So yeah, stepping on a flower might not, you know, destroy anything. It's not the butterfly effect. The world won't crumble and blow up if you do one thing. But I guess another thing I wanted to really emphasize in this moral grey kind of spectrum is that there isn't an inherently good way to play as like the good guy or the bad guy. Everything is very greyed out. A lot of the time, good intentions will yield a terrible consequence. Like, that's the thing. In Undertale, I'm making these cross comparisons to Undertale because I think that's what a lot of people are gonna think too when I say multiple endings. In Undertale's case, for example, that's not really a thing. If you want to be the good guy, it's easy. You just don't hit anyone. But in Magicide, oftentimes, being the good guy and trying to pick the good guy options will a lot of the time just fuck you up, because a lot of the time they're misinformed, they're just like too optimistic, they're not really taking advantage of the full situation. And sometimes something that really resonates with me, and maybe possibly even the catchphrase of Magicide, is the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And I don't think I have to be Einstein to tell you what that means. That basically means playing the good guy doesn't actually make you the good guy. When you make these decisions, you have to think about the consequences. You have to literally think if I do this, what will that do? Will that actually be good, or will it be bad? There's actually a side quest. I don't think it's too spoilery. There's a guy in a cave, and you have to choose. You have to choose what happens, right? You can choose to put him out of his misery. His legs, he can't move them. Well, you don't know that, but they're under a rock, right? There's blood everywhere. He can't move at all. You can put him out of his misery because he's in this dark cave. No one's coming to rescue him. He's in a lot of pain. You can choose to put him out of his misery. Or you could leave him to die. Which is like, you don't kill him directly, but you just leave him. You leave him to get mauled by monsters. You don't know about the monsters, but you leave him and then the monsters come. Or C, you could risk your own life. And I really mean risk. It's not just like, you know, you go out of your way, fight a few monsters. You do genuinely risk your own life to try and save this guy. Now, you could be super heroic and try to risk your own life, but that comes with its own consequences. If you try to save the own guy, it's really cool, but he's going to try to fuck you over later. Because maybe the guy was an asshole. You don't know that. You know, that's the kind of shit I mean. Yeah, the people playing it is going to think, okay, yeah, I'm the protagonist. I'm going to go and help and save this an NPC guy. But then, that guy might turn out to be an asshole. So, it's really use your mind. Do I leave this guy to die, not be involved completely? Do I put him out of his misery, you know? Or do I possibly, this guy who was completely untrustworthy, risk my life for this stranger and probably get really bad like results from it? And that's up to the player. There's not a right or wrong option to do that, right? The good guy option isn't going to make you have the good ending, right? You really have to try to get the good ending. And to me, that's what's entertaining. That just how the world will, it's like clay. It will mold itself to what the player's choices are. Anyways, that was a long explanation. We are 1 hour into the stream now, so I'm actually going to take like a 5 or 10 minute break. In the meanwhile, you can invite people to the stream. But I am very, very worn out at this point. I need to have a drink because my throat is dry as fuck. But yeah, I think that was my explanation for those questions. That is what Magicide is going to be. And I might actually, you know what, guys? If there's actually 0 people here right now, so I'm going to try to get people back. But I'm going to go AFK for 10 minutes. And when I come back, we're going to do some more. So we're actually going to do that real quick. Alright, guys. I will see you guys in 10 minutes. I actually haven't muted my mic yet, so you can hear me. But yeah, I am going now. Oh my god, we are back! Oh my god, guys, that is so epic. We have since gotten zero new questions. I know, that's amazing. This is kind of how I envisioned the stream would go. Oh my god, we are back! Let me get my mic close to my face. Oh my god, hello. Guys. Okay, just making sure the stream is going well. Okay, it is what it is. But we are back. And we have since gotten 0 more questions, so I don't know what to do. I don't want to wrap up the stream, but I have a free concurrent viewers. That's what I'm talking about. Where have you guys been before? We just got back from a break. So guys, say hi in chat, please, because I need people. But we have just came back from like a 15-minute break after I answered some questions, but it appears no one asked me anymore. So, I'll take anything at this point. I don't even care if you don't know what the game is. Ask me what the game is. I'll tell you what the game is. I just need a 2. Oh my god, I'm losing people already. People, please. Please, guys. I need questions. This is supposed to be a Q&A. You guys are supposed to act interested. Come on, guys. Ask me questions. Please. I'll pay you. I'll pay you money right now. Not really. I'm not legally gonna pay you money. So, do you know what? If we don't get any more questions, I might just end the stream off. I'm not trying to guilt anyone. Yes, I am. I'm guilting you guys because you're not answering me questions. Just kidding. I love you all. We only had a few questions, but I kind of just want the things people ask about to be, oh, T-Perfect. See? Question. Okay, I can answer that. Rodrigo L asked, what is the game about? So Magicide is an RPG. Basically, where you can do whatever you'd like. That's a bit of a stretch. But basically, it takes place in an enriching fantasy world, the world of Teferia. Basically, it's a game where you can do a lot of things, but every action you have will have a consequence. So, basically, there's never a good or a bad choice to make, just a lot of morally grey choices, but each choice you make will shape the world around you. That sounds ambitious. It really isn't, but it's possible. But basically, yeah. Magicide, there's a page for it. You can actually check out that page to learn more about the game. It kind of gives the thing. But basically, it's an RPG where the road to hell is paved with good intentions. I'll put this in chat to just, you know, if you want to read more about it. I haven't done it justice in this small explanation, but it's a pretty enriching game for what it is. See, that's another good question. I'm not the only person working on Magicide. I'm one of the few, but I'm not the only person. Magicide has a pretty small team. I wish to actually kind of grow that team, but I have to find people, you know, people who might want to volunteer, because I'm not really in the position to make some paid positions to help me with it. It's mostly just friends helping me with it right now. But I've been working on Magicide for around 4 years now, and it's kind of gotten to a stage where it's almost fully presentable to the world. So, you know, trying to get some people, talk some people into it understanding. But no, I'm not the only person working on it. Right now, I have my guy Croc. He's actually trying to help me work with like an OST, making an OST. I have people to help me with side quests. I've got a few playtesters, people who plan to playtest once it's actually like the demo's out. People who are just, you know, helping with like design choices. And I also hire people. I've hired an amazing artist for the character sprites. So I'm not the only person working on it, but I'm doing like all the heavy lifting. I'm the person who writes the game, who develops the game, who basically does most things, but I have a small amount of people who help me with the sidelines, and I hope to increase that. So that's one of the things of me, drawing more attention to Magicide, is that I hope more people will take an interest, and maybe I'll get some more support in it. So, not the only person working on it. How big will the world be? That's actually funny we say that. We have this map in the background. Now, this doesn't actually necessarily answer your question, but I'll get into that in a second, right? So, this map isn't just a random map. No, this is the actual the world in the game. Of course, it's actually all pixelated style, so you don't see it in this crisp HD. This was just like the image I made for myself from a world building perspective to get. But the world in Magicide will take place over 3 continents. And these 3 continents, they're pretty big. See, how the world works is it's like, there's a bunch of like, I wouldn't say rooms. It's not like, okay, they're not all like interconnected, right? You walk into one area, it fades out, you come into the new area. So it's like generic RPG. It's not all like you can just walk everywhere, but you kind of can, right? So you can walk across the cities. I want to get my mouse cursor here so I can like show you specifics, but let me just zoom in, right? Zoom in. Let's say, and this is completely hypothetical, let's say we start like in this top upper continent right here, the one that I'm dragging the screen around. You can go city to city, and all the wilderness in between, go to a port city, sail to another continent, and so the game it's not massive. It's not massive. 3 continents seems massive. I'll answer that other question in a second. Let me just wrap up this one. But yeah, it's not massive. It is kind of what you expect from an RPG, right? It's a few towns, some wilderness in between, but it covers like a diverse world, and so I plan to build character in... I plan to have quality rather than quantity is what I'm saying, right? There's probably... I already have like 4-ish towns in the game, and I'm only like a third of developing the game, so there'll probably be around maybe like 15-ish like different actual like towns, but each one will have character is what I'm saying. So world isn't massive, but it's gonna have a lot of character, and it is what that is. Now on to your next question. Do the dynamic choices lead to big effects themselves? And the answer to that is yes. See, there's these dynamic choices, you kind of have, at the first, you get a lot of choices within side quests. Side quests are completely open to how they begin and end, but the overall game, at first, early in the game, you don't get much choices that would, change the end, because it's early in the game. But once you start to get into, like, the later game stuff, these massive dynamic choices you're gonna get, literally will completely influence the ending. Like, the ending itself is completely, basically, dependent on what the player does. It's not just one ending, nor is there just 2 endings. What was the number exactly? Actually, I can get it up right now. I have it in the design document. But Magicide is, based on the player's choices, there is going to be 15 dynamic endings, completely different endings. That's like only like 15 like unique endings. There's kind of, depending on like the smaller actions, those endings will kind of differ a bit, right? Like they're not all gonna be like identical. Yeah, see, like what your another question, there's kind of a delay. I already answered that, but yeah, 15 endings is the like 15 main endings. But those endings themselves are kind of loose-ended, depending on the other small things the player does. See, I actually have like a full-on spreadsheet. I can't show you guys because it spoils stuff, but I have a full-on spreadsheet with all the endings, and what party members are present, the status of like certain like organizations and entities that exist in the game. because there's a government, there's a terrorist organization, like what are they doing? And like overall like world building stuff depending on that ending. I guess I could share some endings, but being very vague about it and not spoiling anything. So I'm trying to actually see what ending here, how to be vague if I can be about it, but there is 15 endings, and let me tell you, the 15 endings are split into three categories of ending. Now that don't make that like sound like, you know, like, oh no, these are real, just completely different endings, but they're split into 3 categories, right? See, because in the game there's these 2 entities. If you don't know the basic lore of Magicide, you can read up on it, but the basic gist of it is, in this world, magic was outlawed because of this big-ass war that the Magjinn caused. Magjinn are the magic people. This war led to lots of death, so this new government came up, and they said, no, magic's bad. So that's the basic gist. Now that you know that, there's these 2 factions. There's the actual regime themselves that outlawed magic, they hate magic, and there's the magic movement, which is the terrorist organization. The endings are split into 3 kind of categories, because you can, at the end of the game, choose to kind of side with any 3 of them. Well, 2 organizations, you can also choose to say fuck you to both of them and go your own way, which is the 3rd category. And the ending is split into that. As your new question, can you murder any NPC? You can't. I'm gonna be upfront, you can't murder every NPC, it's not a Bethesda game. But you can murder a lot of the NPCs, a lot of like side quests, especially side quests. Because side quests are very open-ended, there is a lot of like variants of side quests, because side quests, they have multiple endings themselves. So side quests, most side quests, there's just an option to just be completely a fucking maniac and kill someone in it for some reason. So you can't murder any NPC, because some NPCs are like relatively important, and it would be a pain in the ass to develop. Like, it would be almost impossible to develop. I mean, I guess Bethesda does it pretty well, but you can't murder every NPC, but you can murder most side quests. You can murder the NPC. But to your second part of the question, yes, it would impact the story. Everyone you can murder will impact the story, and because of that, yeah, go ahead, murder people, see what happens. So yeah, you can't murder every NPC, but yes, it will impact the story. So, you know, fun. There's actually a case in the game that you get the option to do that. There's this guy, he basically he's not begging for mercy, but he's asking for mercy. And the player can just be sadistic and kill him. And he's kind of an asshole. Maybe people who kind of know the basics know who I'm talking about. Or you can choose to not kill him, and that's up to the player. Dr. Pickle, you are very amusing. He's referring to Flower Girl. Flower Girl has a nice side quest. Actually, you know what? Let me get some gameplay in here, right? You know, I'm all talk tonight, but we could get some gameplay. I can show people what people mean by, I can give people a brief gameplay example of a side quest. Not every side quest, like I say, you can murder everyone, right? But there is a lot of side quests where you can murder people. But I'm gonna specifically show the Flower Girl thing, because I think that's a good example. I'm gonna load up a playtest. Now, before I put this up, everything here is subject to change, and actually I've already started to change a lot of the sprites, I just haven't all put it into the game yet. So, with that being said, you're about to see, guys, a playtest. And reminder, guys, everything here is subject to change, because, you know, this is very early stuff. Why is the game asking for something that isn't in the game? That is very peculiar. Hold up. I'm about to get the playtest up for this. Okay, here we go. I'm loading up the playtest. Oh, see, that's a good. I'm about to answer that question. Let me get the playtest up. So, how long do you think it will take me to finish the game? I've actually been working on the game for 4 years now. That sounds concerning. I promise I'm not yandere dev. Now the game actually changed. It took a few years to actually form what I decided to make it. But the game itself took me to get to this stage 4 years, but a lot of that was an active development and it was me changing concept. How long do I think it will take me to develop the game? Now, so far I'm like 1/3 completing the story of the game. And I haven't been working on that the whole time. I feel like if I could complete the game within 2 years, I feel like that's possible. I plan to get a full playable demo out by the end of this kind of like fall autumn. I want to get like the demo out, the playable demo out this autumn, and that'll be the first third of the game. A massive demo. Most demos aren't that big. But now to show you, you hear that music in the background. That's the game music. Actually, it's gonna conflict with the stream music, so I'm just gonna let me pause that real quick. So now, I'm going to show you, just the flower girl thing. Here we have it, game. This here is what it is. Let me move this back. I know, amazing. Oh, why is that in front of the video cap? There we go. Here we have it. So, this right here is Flower Girl. This is the Flower Girl cut thing. So, actually, wait, let me fix something real quick. I'm loading the game up in a debug state, so some things aren't how they actually appear in game, but it's just like ease of access because development. Here we go. So this is in the first town, Flower Girl. Oh, whoops. I accidentally walked on the flower. You can't really see the text. Let me move this. I can move this here, there we go. And let me stretch the screen. So, yeah, I accidentally just walked on the flower, and if you do that, you fail. You can't do the side quest now. So, you upset this child. And negative karma comes your way. So yeah, that was actually an accident. I didn't mean to do that. I was gonna show that, but I accidentally walked on the flower, and that ended the side quest. Let me show you how you could also do that side quest. Okay, I have to reload the game from the debug thing. Yeah, okay, here we go. So now, we want to do the side quest regularly, not step on it. So this is a child. They're sad because their flower is... Not right now, Dr. Pickle. Maybe they'll come back and you can kill them, but this is an actual child. I don't know why you're advocating for child murder. So, yeah. Watering can... So the goal is to bring, this is the wilt of the rose. You get side quest stuff. He tells you not to step on the rose, but you can. But you can choose to be just a nice person. You can go fill up the watering can. You can go back. Oh wait, you have to now click on the rose without stepping on it. You make sure not to step on it. So you water it, and now look, it's alive. Wow, thanks Maya, you're the bestest. Because children speak like dumbasses apparently. And now look, positive karma comes your way. This is in the beginning of town. It's a very simple quest, but it really encompasses the basics of this system. Also, epic quest completed sounds. How many side quests are I planning to make? That's pretty good, actually. That's a good question, because I plan to make a lot of side quests. I plan to make I've planned how much I wanted to make for the demo, right? Now, considering the demo is 1/3 of the game, I plan to make 40 side quests for the demo, which is 1/3 of the game. So, I think in total that will kind of lead out if this is just me bullshitting, not bullshitting, but this is just me guessing. If 40 side quests is for 1/3 of the game, by that pace there will probably be around 120 in the actual game, which, oh boy, that's a big number. Some are going to be bigger than other ones, you know. Some are going to be really simple, others are going to be massive, but we have those side quests there. So, yeah, side quests. I don't have an actual plan for how much are in the game, but I plan to have 40 in the demo, and the demo is 1/3, so there might be around 120 in the main game, or there might not. But that's just all up to speculation at this point. Oh, and I got a message on a weird thing. Let me check that real quick. But yeah, is there a side quest of you? Oh, you know what? That actually leads me into a very important thing. Let me actually, like, again, all this isn't a thing. There is not a Dr. Pickle side quest yet. There isn't. But, there is actually side quests based off of people I know, with, of course, their permission. I actually thought when I do a crowdfunding, which I'll do later once I get the demo out, I actually will have it so people can actually pay money to get, like, you know, maybe their own NPC or maybe their own, like, side quest idea in the game. I might make a Dr. Pickle side quest anyway, but for, like, people just genuinely asking, whenever there's, like, a crowdfunding campaign, I think it would be cool to get people, they can chip in money, and if they chip in enough, they can have their own character. Not, like, main character, but, like, NPC, and, like, their own little side quest, and I think that would be cool. Yeah, I think I haven't actually thought of that, I will admit. I haven't thought of the... Because the world is fairly open, but it's also very story-based, right? So, sometimes your access to the open world will be blocked by, like, you know, because you're not supposed to go to a certain town in a certain part. But I think at the end of the game, that would be cool. I could just, you know, let everything go and we'll... I think that would be cool. Just let people roam the open world. Let's do another side quest while we're at it. This is another one. Here's a shopkeep. So, yeah, the side quests, you know, you get your hands dirty, you kill spiders. That's a funny Undertale reference, Spider Ballet. I could kill these spiders, but the battle system is kind of like niche right now, so I don't want to do that. But yeah, you know, yeah, this is actually pretty cool. You go up to the spiders, you can chase them, right? They run away from you. They're a pain in the ass, actually. Oh, it's fighting anyway. Okay, I guess we are singing. There's no battle background, so it kind of just over-inserts itself over the actual game. And also, I have, for debug purposes, my character's extremely over-leveled, so this should be a walk in park. But, yeah. Basically, you kill the spiders. But yeah, I think that would be cool if we could still play in the open world during the actual game. My mic is a bit far away from my mouth, but yeah. I think that would be pretty cool. yeah, I don't know why I was looking down. But yeah, so that's... Yes, it is what it is. Ask me more questions. There is a bit of a delay if you haven't noticed already, so I don't know how long it will be until you hear me say this, but you'll be able to understand when things are, because the chat will update. But yeah, generic things, we can pick up the trash here. Here's a guard. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that's a problem with a lot of projects. People kind of are very... It's good to be cautious about whether you're going to make it or not, because I have seen over the years I've had plenty of game projects that have fallen through, but Magicide I've been working on consistently for a long while now. I'm almost 1/3 of the game completely finished. Of course, that's like story. Once it's almost near completion, I'll completely, like, you know, give it a new fresh coat of paint. I'm confident with Magicide releasing. I can't give people an exact date because that's the crazy thing about game development. It's a roller coaster, but I have been actively making progress on this game. We have a Magicide Discord server, actually. You can see that in the description. I actually constantly update people with, like, you know, whatever about the game. So, yeah, I'm very excited for people to play it myself. Like, one thing I've been doing recently, this is a minor thing. I guess I can show you this, right? I'm actually gonna get this up, right? One thing I've been working on, example right now, is updating a lot of the character sprites. So, one thing is, with game development, is burnout. Burnout is very common, but I've figured out how to deal with it. I take these kind of somewhat breaks every so often, but I always come back to it. And another thing I do to combat burnout is whenever I get frustrated at working at the story or side quests and I just feel like, oh, I can't do this anymore, my brain is just scrambled, I start updating a lot of the art assets, because I have become a much greater artist from when I started to, like, you know, what I am now. Pixel art, that is. I saw you just joined the Discord server. That's epic. You can actually see in the I think it's is it the devlog chat? Where's the devlog? There it is. Devlog chat. We have things like, I've been updating certain things, but it's, yeah, I'm whenever I get, you know, burnout, I decide I'm just gonna work on, you know, remaking some of the art. And so, for example, something recently I've been doing, let me show this actually. No, I don't want to show Discord. I want to get a sprite open. Yes, a sprite. Let me bring this down. So this actually brings me into another thing, the mechanic of outfits. There are in Magicide, well, not unlockable, but you can put on different outfits. This is just, like, I think, a cool thing. But they actually they have stat changes. They aren't purely cosmetic. And there really is an outfit for a lot of things. And I've been recently, yeah, just making, updating all these, keeping them all thing. We've got a lot of outfits. A lot. And yeah, some of these, I'm still not sure on some of these. I was working on this, so these are very subject to change. I'm literally working on them as we speak. But, you know, we have these are all like the walking animations, of course. So we have our generic outfit, the one we play as, like just the actual outfit, Maya's generic outfit. This is the sleepwear. Now each character all these outfits other characters can equip, but it's like with their own flair. So this would just be generic outfit. Whatever character has this, it will be their generic outfit. This is the sleepwear outfit, so whatever character wears this will be in their kind of like PJs, pajamas, whatever. And usually it will give you like a speed increase. It it will lower your defense. Da 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 da. We have swimsuit because there's not actually a good reason why this exists, but it's pleasant to have. We have a formal. Oh yeah, yeah. You might have. Yeah, I suppose you've noticed. I have like this snowy outfit and this warm outfit. While I haven't actually made any mechanics for them to like, because I haven't even programmed half of these outfits into the game yet. I've just been working on the sprites. While I haven't made any benefits to like, or like deficits, because so far in the game, the deserts and the snowy areas, they're like in these specific places on the second continent. So I haven't gone to that point yet. The game will end in a snowy location. So I haven't made any mechanics to what happens if you wear certain outfits in certain places. I could. I think that'd be cool. So far they have stats though. They changed stats. So for example, the pajamas, I said they increase speed, but they lower defense. Which makes sense. It increases speed because like, oh, you're wearing less clothes or more form fitting, actually, I should say, because not all characters are this kind of like exposed. Maya Maya doesn't really give two shits about like aesthetic. She cares more mostly about comfort, so she really is the type to just sleep in a shirt and underwear. That's her. That's her pajamas. But there's another character who I haven't finished theirs yet, so I can't show them. But they're like they're fancy, so they actually wear like proper pajamas, not just like whatever this shit is. So yeah, so more fun thing. So but yeah, but they also lowers defense because if you be on pajamas aren't armor, they don't work as armor. Um, then I could see like fucking some outfits like these thermal ones, cold ones. I think I don't know what stats they could increase. Actually, I probably could. Whoops. But yeah, they all do general stat increases, and that's pretty cool. It is what it is. And this is just something, of course, I've been working on a lot recently. Um, which is a sprite amazing application. If anyone wants to do like pixel art stuff themselves, I would recommend it. I've recently picked it up. I found it great. It's literally helped my productivity rate so much. I used to use paint.net, which I still use for everything else, of course. But I used to use it for pixel art, and it was so hard because I didn't have like these little like insights on the grid, right? Right now you see these like big ass squares. These actually help me to know where like the actual in-game grid, and it's such a blessing. In paint.net, I would have to like do some mathematical shit to figure out how to line all this stuff up so the feet go at the bottom of the pixels. Da 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 da. But yeah, basically, yeah. Whenever I feel burnout, I start working on cool cosmetic stuff. So these outfits, they're a nice mix of cosmetic and also stat changing. Of course, they're not like the most ideal. You can still get like defensive items that will increase your stats further. The cosmetic items the outfits don't like they aren't a replacement for like shields, armor, or whatever I'm gonna put in. But they are what they are. They have small stat increases. Oh, they're actually, speaking of that, there is actually a status effect for both freezing and burning already in the game. So that could actually just work with that. Yeah. There is actually both of those status effects already in the game. There's a lot of status effects in the game actually, speaking of. And also different magic types as well. We have I can actually name out every status effect we have. We have knockout. Knockout is just what actually happens if your character dies, but in the game, like code wise, it's considered a state. We have defend. Defend is again, it's more of a technical one. It's whenever you use any like defensive like attack or skill, it puts you in like this defensive state. Um, We have one for burn, freeze, paralysis. Paralysis? That's not. Is that. My brain's so scrambled right now, I don't even know if that's right. Poison. Immobility. Immobility, that's kind of like vague because there's a lot of magic that will like freeze people, and I didn't want to make like one just for like a bunch. I just made one for immobility. Blackout. Blackout is basically asleep, but you're not dead basically. There's rage. Rage is basically if the character is just like enraged, which could happen if like you get there's like you get taunted, you get raged, and it basically makes it so you can't really like the character just auto acts, right? It auto attacks and all that. Um, and there's a status effect for healing. That's an actual one. Yep. In this game, all of the items and skills they don't instantly heal you. That's something we all take for granted in like RPGs and like Pokemon and all that. You were low on health, you just heal up. In Magicide, whenever you put on a bandage or whatever, you have it actually you get the healing status effect, which is like reverse poison. Every turn you heal slightly more, but it's gradual. You heal more so than you would do with like an item in an RPG, but it takes several turns. So in regards to that, yeah, it's like a reverse poison effect technically. And there's also blood loss, evasion, and blindness, and those are the ones that exist so far. But yeah, um, I'll probably make more status effects as I make more like magic attacks and skills that require them. There's how much? Let me check. There's 16 types of magic right now in the game. I think I'm gonna stick with that. We've got fire magic, earth magic, water magic, air magic, magma magic, acid magic, electric magic, flora magic, dust magic, frost magic, blood magic, psychic magic, urethral magic, temporal magic, energy, and force. Um, another good question. Um, the bandage itself is an item that just kind of like disappears after you use it, so it can't be destroyed. But because you use the item, it disappears and it gives you the healing effect. So the bandage itself, yeah, it can't be destroyed. It just gives you the healing effect. But while you're healing, because it's gradual, if you do more damage than the person can heal over gradually, in a turn, in a way, you can basically like overall the healing it's doing. Of course, if you do as much damage as the person's healing. We've got 3 concurrent viewers, so feel free to say hi in chat, guys. I'm gonna take a swig of this water. When it comes to can enemies use the bandage too? The bandage is just like a certain example. Enemies can't use specifically that item, but certain enemies have like their own healing equivalents. They all have ways to heal themselves. For example, I can actually let me get up the game again up here, like the actual. Actually, yeah. So there's certain enemies in the game. For example, the Magistrum, I showed them earlier, they're like these mushrooms and spider legs. Their healing move is photosynthesis because they're plants, so they can just heal like that. A lot of the humans you fight, other people you fight will have healing like moves themselves, so that's really good. And actually, yeah, I've made a boss fight that uses the healing effect a lot. Without spoiling what it is, you basically have this big ass enemy that does a lot of damage. It's massive, it's super big, super powerful, it's like a summon. And then, next to it, you have a person. Now, the player going into it blind will think, okay, let's take out the big monster first. But once you get the big monster low, it's revealed the person, if you don't get rid of them, will just heal the summon, the big monster. So the strategy on that fight is to take out just the smaller threat, what seems to be the smaller threat, because they, in turn, will heal the big boss monster. So it's like you take out the healer to beat the boss. That there's a boss fight basically centered around that healing mechanic, and that's pretty fun. I want to say hi to everyone who just joined the stream. We're at 3 concurrent viewers right now. Say hi in chat so I know you're here. Um, it's yeah, it is. It's genuinely pretty cool. The healing mechanic does have a boss. It's pretty cool. It is what it is. I really need to drink water. My throat is so dry right now. I think my problem is I talk very fast and I sound stupid half the time, and otherwise my throat gets dry incredibly quick. I'm not used to live streaming like this. I feel like a robot at this point. uh what do we switch to? But yeah. Alright, thank you. So yeah, we have now 3 concurrent viewers. I haven't seen anyone else in chat. Oh my god. Extra Samurai. I love you, my guy. Seriously. I see you in my comments at almost every single one of my videos. Dude, you're amazing. MVP. Welcome to the stream. There's a bit of a delay, so you probably said that when I said, say hi in chat. Glad you could make it here. I'm so glad you can make it. I don't know if you know what Magicide is. Actually, I don't know if you were there when I made videos earlier this year about like Magicide, but I had to kind of stop because it kind of was a bit draining. Hold on, let me check. I can check right now. I don't know. But yeah, Magicide basically is the game I'm developing, and it's pretty cool. I've been working on it for a while. It's like, I've got 2 things going on. I've got my YouTube going on, and I've got the game development, and it's pretty hard to balance them both. Earlier this year, I tried balancing them, but it was what it was. Okay, what is it about? I just saw that. There's actually I can leave the official website on it, but I'm gonna give you like the little explanation. 4 concurrent viewers. Oh, GG, we're getting people here. Basically, the gist of Magicide, because a lot of people don't know what it is, so this Q&A is equally for them as well, is it's an RPG. It's set in this diverse world. The basic premise, I guess I could tell you the lore, and I could also tell you the actual like game mechanics. But basically, you have every action you have has consequences, and there isn't always a right choice or a wrong choice. It's very morally grey. But the lore-wise, Magicide takes place in a world that there was this big war. This war plagued this planet, Teferia. Magic was well spread out. Some people can use magic. They're called Magjinn. Others can't. It's like genetic. Basically, big magic war. People died. Complete anarchy. 95% of everyone died. And the survivors, the remnants of humanity at that point, were like, yeah, magic. They blamed it on magic. They were like, the Magjinn did this. The magic people, and they just said, yeah, we're getting rid of them. Screw them. We're killing the Magjinn. So they killed all of the Magjinn off. Supposedly, which, Magjinn, which is the title of the game, Magicide, because magic genocide, Magjinn. It's like regicide is the killing of Regal, Magicide is the killing of magic. So, basically, they killed off the magic. The game takes place in this, post-magic world. And there's still those remnants of magic there. And every action the player takes has immense consequences. I hope that answered your question. Again, the website has more concise, like a more concise understanding, but it's basically, yeah, it's an RPG, pretty cool, pretty fun, and pretty excitable. I'm gonna meanwhile check out my Twitter while this is going on, because this it is what it is. Um, I'm not sure whether to end off the stream soon. I'm glad you show up. I don't know if anyone else is here. Actually, we had 4 viewers at one point, and then they all just dipped. Yeah, exactly. Again, there's a bit of a delay, so sorry to that far. Um, that is the premise is there is no Magjinn left, but spoiler alert, there is actually Magjinn left, and maybe half of them might be the party members. So Magjinn are supposedly gone, but they aren't actually. Well, that's not true. Most of them are dead, but there are still a few Magjinn that exist. And many of the people you play as are Magjinn, and there's all story wise, like there's like story explanations for like how you meet them, how you encounter them, but basic premise is that there are still some Magjinn left, and then there's this government, this regime that, they want to rid the world of magic. And then there's this terrorist organization filled with some of the remaining Magjinn left, and they want to, fight for their rights to exist. So the public story is there's no Magjinn left, but there is. There is a few surviving, and they're out there, and they want to, and they form this organization. Not all of them, but a lot of them have formed into this terrorist organization. And so you have these two big institutions, like kind of factions in the game. You've got this evil, no, I wouldn't say evil actually, they're more of a morally grey, this kind of regime that got rid of the magic people because they considered them like, a threat to like the survival of humanity. The game doesn't have a proper release date, but it does have a release date for the demo. Not an exact release date. I plan to release the demo in around fall/autumn of this year, which itself is just more of an estimate than an actual like confirmed date. I plan to get a demo out, and that demo contains 1/3 of the game. Which that's a pretty big demo. I honestly, at that point, I don't even know whether to call it a demo because it's like 1/3 of the game. But like, that's pretty sizable for like a demo. But I chose to do 1/3 of the game because like, the game is split up into like 3 different parts, so I just figured that was like the natural, like perfect way to split it off. I couldn't just split it off like in the middle of like some random thing. You have to do it at like a certain point because, if your demo just ends in the middle of just like some random like place, it's kind of like, what? Why is it end there? If you're actually interested in playtesting, because I do plan to get some playtesting builds out before the demo, there's actually a Magicide Discord. It's in the description of this video. You can also hear about updates if you're interested in hearing more about it. But yeah, it is basically, yeah, that I'm running out of words to say. Like, this game, we've had a lot of progress this year. It started a while back, but I've really been getting into it this year. And also, I guess once this stream is over, is once sorry, I'm running out of hood. Once this stream is over, you can actually go back and hear more because I answered a lot of questions earlier on. And yeah, that is what it is. I answered questions about like the creatures that exist in the world. There's the contents. If I get rid of this, like what's on screen right now, actually, whoops, that's the wrong thing. To grab onto it. Is this it? There we go. The funny thing is I have up here is actually the world map of Magicide. This is called Teferia, that's the planet. It's all lore and world building, but it's a pretty fun game. Ah, yes, I always love this question, and by love it, I hate it. Um, so the game uses a lot of JavaScript, but I actually use a very visual GUI to guide me throughout the game, and this is the part where I hate it. I hate saying this, I really do. I despise saying this because, well, to random people, they're not gonna care, but um, it has a pretty funny reputation. RPG Maker. We love RPG Maker. We don't love RPG Maker. Um, Now I'm not sure if you actually know why I'm like that. RPG Maker is, yeah, a visual based um software for making games. So, you know, a lot of things you'd be typing it out, but here I have a direct control over, like, yeah. It has a very infamous reputation because people use this to turn out trash. They use the generic assets, the assets that come with the game. In fact, if I move my webcam here, we can see a mix of assets, like, right next to my face. Like, wait, like over here, no, over here, right there. Um, it's infamous because a lot of people just take the generic assets. Like, let's take this thing right now. So all the arts I'm using, all the graphics I've personally made, but a lot of people just use the software and then just use the generic stuff, which is like this. So this piano is one of the generic. It's called the RTP. So people just use the generic thing. And um yeah, RPG Maker, oh boy, it has a very infamous reputation just because a lot of people who don't know what they're doing, it's so easy to make a game with. A lot of people go ahead and try it and make terrible things. I have the years of experience to make something good and something original, not using these assets. So, you can tell which ones I've made here. Right now I keep them on the same sheet, which is why they're both next to each other, because it's right now the game is like very early, so I don't have to polish it up. So you can tell what I make. I make all the pixelated cool stuff, and the generic thing uses all this stuff. So, you know, mine is more, I like to think, stylized. Um, and we have a lot of fun things. It isn't just me making the game. I have, well, okay, it's only me developing the game, but I have people helping me with the OST, with the dialogue, like bust sprites. There's ones in the thumbnail. That's actually someone I've commissioned on Fiverr. They're amazing. Um, I think it's like Multi-Mouse. Like, genuinely, shout out to that person. Amazing. Because, like, I've worked with them multiple times now. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. They helped me make the dialogue busts, all that stuff, yada yada yada. Overall, pretty cool. Um, of course, all these things on screen right now are very subject to change, very subject to change. Because I've actually increased my skills at, like, pixel art since doing making this game, so I've actually already began to change stuff. So it is very cool and amazing. I need to take another drink of water. But yeah, so it's not just me making the game. I have a couple people helping me, but I would love more volunteers. It is pretty cool. Oh, um, let me wave you. Yeah. So you joined the Discord. You should also yeah, join my own Discord. I have a Kieran Pixels Discord as well. That's also in the thing if you feel like it, of course. But yeah, I have a team with me. Pretty cool. Um, it is very epic. There is a bit of a delay, so If this is why it takes me a bit to understand what's going on. Da, 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 da. Um, I might. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end off the Q&A in a bit because we've been doing this at 2 hours. I've answered a fair amount of questions. Um, but I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm gonna answer questions for as long as I can until everyone's kind of satisfied and everything they want to know. And I will continue to answer questions on the Discord after this is done. But I thought this stream is a perfect opportunity to introduce the idea of the game to people, um, introduce it to them, tell them about it. I'm solving a Rubik's Cube in the middle of me doing this whole speech. I see. The thing about this Rubik's Cube, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. My fucking Rubik's Cube. The thing about this Rubik's Cube, I broke it and I had to put it back together. And I think I put the corner pieces in the wrong places because I can't solve this for the life of me. I did one face and I just couldn't. I had to scramble it in order to like do it. Um. I think. Sorry, I'm wondering whether to end the stream off or to put it on hold. As in, go like AFK for 10 minutes, collect my breath, hopefully get way more people will come and ask more questions. Yeah, honestly, I might watch a video about the Rubik's Cube. I might use one of those like solvers, but it might be broken. Like, I'm so confused. I don't know. Can you put it on the wrong face? You know what? This is. Oh, do I really want to make this talk about me Rubik's Cube? Okay, you know what? First, I'm doing this so I know my cube isn't broken. Like, I haven't broken it somehow. Alright. People are gonna... What is this? This is... Is this really the point I'm getting at? In my... Okay. How do I know which is which? Okay. Let me start with this. Okay. Why are we doing this? Continue to ask me questions, I guess, while I try to see if my Rubik's Cube is broken. Maybe I just suck at Rubik's Cubes. I'm just gonna get comfortable, make my webcam go down to encompass my face. Okay. There we go. Oh man, this is a fun, wacky stream, don't you guys agree? What am I doing? Oh man. Honestly, I might try streaming more often. I've kind of winded for talking this long, but in a regular like game stream, for example, I think that'd be cool. Generally, if you guys want to see like more, maybe like a game stream. I used to stream a lot on Twitch, but I had to quit a few years back because, bro, there'd just be like random people harassing me. Well, not random people. People like IRL I knew, not even really knew. They just like literally tried doxing me. It was crazy. Um, Man, I would imagine you join while I'm trying to solve this Rubik's Cube. That would be funny. Um, there's always a great time. Actually, no. See, Magicide itself, has been in the works. Well, not itself. Um, okay. Some additional context. I said this earlier. Before it was Magicide, it was two different other things, and I kind of left it for a while and then came back to it, and left it for a while and came back to it. So the original like concept for like what Magicide would grow into was 2018, 2 years before COVID. So that I came up with it in July 2018, not Magicide. It came Magicide like way later on, before when I decided to make it Magicide. But it wasn't really COVID, it was kind of just something I decided to work on because it was a story I really wanted to tell. Um that was what kept me motivated at going on at it. And what's kept me going at it for a while now. I've been really consistent on developing. Whenever I've been making all of these videos, I've been making Magicide behind the scenes, and it's only January where I announced, like, I was making the game. So it is something that's been in the works for a while. I've been doing side by side with YouTube, but I've only came out about it this year, so it's the first time I'm getting like public reception for Magicide, and that's what I'm hoping to like, get some cool public reception about. Okay, so Rubik's Cube. Okay, last face. This is a moment of truth, guys, when we get to solve this Rubik's Cube. Oh my god. Oh man, right now, the OST, it doesn't have an OST. Because originally I wasn't gonna have an OST, but recently one of my good friends who knows music reached out to me and was very interested in making one. So there isn't an OST yet, but it's in the works. I have a MIDI of it. Like the MIDI is the general, it's like the spine of a music. It's like the general, like, where the notes go. I have that and it's pretty cool. Nothing I'm comfortable with showing yet, but let's see if I can solve the Rubik's Cube. Solve. Oh, fuck, how did I forget the bottom? Hold up. Oh yeah. But yeah, right. So far, isn't a public OST, but yeah. I'm sorry. I'm super focused on this. How long is the actual game? Oh, that's the juicy part. Um, I've done play testing myself, right? And I was last time I did a playtest, I played the game for 2 hours and I didn't even complete it. And I haven't even coded like a third of the game yet. So the game is pretty. I don't know how long it will end up being, but so far you can play it for hours as a playtest. A lot of it is unpolished. It's not even released to like playtesters so far. But yeah, it's pretty sizable for what it is. Longer than I thought. When developing, you think it's not going to be long, and then you playtest it, and it's actually pretty long. So it's pretty cool. Okay. Oh my god, guys, the Rubik's cube is what the impossible? What, dude? Dude, my Rubik's cube said it was impossible. I did it perfectly. I don't think it could have a multiplayer feature just because of how it is. It's a very story-heavy game. Though, you know, I think if, like, Magicide did pretty well, I could make, and this is just speculation, like, this, don't take any of this seriously, but I think if Magicide did do pretty well, I think it could be cool to have like maybe like a multiplayer like game where you could just like, you know, free roam the world. Maybe I'd add something else to it. I think that would be cool. I've already technically thought of like side projects. Like I thought of games that featured like the other characters, and it's all just like, you know, idealized. But I don't think I'd make Magicide itself multiplayer because of how the game is structured. But I think I could make like a thing on like a side spin-off or whatever. That could be multiplayer. What's the impossible scramble? Okay, that side is right. That side is right as well. That side is right. And that side. And that side. Okay. What's... Bro, my virtue is impossible to solve. This is actually... Yeah, it's perfect. It's just impossible to solve. I broke it and I had to put it back together. Like, I can break it right now. Like... So here we go. Rubik's Cube, right? And so I accidentally broke it. Oh good, I lost a piece. I fucking lost a piece. So your Rubik's Cube thing, and then I put it back together manually, and I didn't think it mattered at the time where I put the pieces, because I thought, you know, you can just put it back into place. But you know, oh, that's a very good question, actually. Once the game is released, where can you find it? What I'm hoping is to get it on Steam. Well, I actually say that, but I think all it is, you have to pay a fee. I want to get it on Steam because I'm, you know, I'm really trying to sell it as like an actual full-on game, not just like, well, it is an actual game, but a lot of the time RPG Maker games don't get treated with the respect they deserve because they were made in such a manner. So I'm trying to get a Steam release of when it's... Oh my god, I lost another piece. Oh my god. Rubik's Cube, no! I found one piece. I want to get it on Steam. I feel bad for anyone who joins the stream and they see this Rubik's Cube stuff. Let me just get this out of the way. I'm planning to get it on Steam. Right now, I think, I don't know, because I'm gonna make the demo free, obviously, and I might have the demo on Game Jolt. There is a Game Jolt page. I don't know where I'm gonna release the game also on Game Jolt as well as Steam. It might also be on itch.io. I might just put it as much places as I can. But like, yeah, it's gonna be on Steam. Maybe possibly itch.io and Game Jolt. I don't know itch.io well, but I know Game Jolt pretty well. The game actually already has a page on Game Jolt. If you've ever seen Game Jolt, it's a pretty cool thing. But I plan to get it on Steam. Let me get the thing just for the Game Jolt, which is, it is what it is, but just for context for people who come by, But yeah, planning to get it on Steam because, you know, trying to sell this as a full-on game. But we'll have alternatives probably on GameJolt and itch.io. That is my answer. Gotten some pretty cool attention here and there. Man, I'm looking at the page on GameJolt, which has screenshots, which I think is the same screenshots I used on the website, and a lot of these are pretty outdated. Like, oh my god, oh, that looked so terrible. Yeah. It is what it is, and it's amazing is what it is. Want to get the game on Steam. Gonna have more water. Do I have any left? Oh, I do. I love these. I'm just gonna start snacking on these. I love these. I don't know if they have these in overseas or whatever, but I love these. They're called squashies. I love them. Oh my god. I just got followed on GameJolt. They joined 1 minute ago. GameJolt is a cool website. I used to use it all the time back when I was younger. This isn't my first attempt to make a game. I know, crazy. And that's why it should be way more reassuring to people. When I was a kid, like, an actual kid, when I was like 12, 13-ish, I tried a bunch of attempts to make like similar games, and that's kind of what inspired me. Like my failures to make those games as like when I was like a few years younger, really made me think like, oh, I want to try that again, but actually succeed. I love these squishes. They're a great snack. That's my last one. But yeah, GameJolt, I used to put them out, and there's a funny story. I had this game so terrible. It's called Dark Realms 1 and 2. I actually they used to be public. Now they aren't. I took them down because they were really terrible. And but I have a video actually of me playing back one of the old games. It only got like a few. It didn't get many views, like the video itself. So I decided like ultimately not to make a fig. I feel like if the video blew up now, I would go back and like make another video on the sequel. But there's this game trilogy I had, and it was called Dark Realms, and it was terrible. I had like me and my friends' faces photoshopped onto like the generic RTP graphics. So take from that what you will. But there's a video on my channel. I could put it in chat if anyone who is interested in watching that. An earlier game. Of course, watch it after the stream. You know, don't leave me. But it was a terrible old game. Dark Realm series, and it's terrible. That's all I can say about it. It was so terrible, I took it down. But the funny story is that I completed both of them and took them down. So at least I've completed games. I've just made terrible games in the past, and I thought, no, these aren't good enough to exist. The saddest part is I worked on the Dark Realms game for like a full-on year. Literally. Full-on year, and it was not salvageable.
My name is. We are on a very.
Oh god, I'm watching that video now. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm just looking at that old video on the side. Oh my god. Want to say hello to my second concurrent viewer. You're amazing, I suppose, because it is what it is. I've been getting one viewer here and there. Probably gonna end the stream off soon. I've been saying that for a while now.
12-year-old me, and horribly. So here's where the game begins, I guess. An RPG was before making this.
Oh my god, this is so terrible. I'm watching the video now. You know what? Should we watch this video live? Oh my god, what if we watch this video together, guys? I become like a reaction streamer? Oh my god. We're gonna do commentary on the video of me playing the game I made when I was 12. Oh my god, that would be funny as hell. We're doing it. We're gonna do it. Oh my, I don't know if I want to do that now. What if people join the stream and think it's the Magicide? Oh my god. But yeah, I don't know if I want to watch that video. Bro, I'm really scared if I watch the video, someone who's like, you know, thinks the game is interesting on like Twitter where I posted it, is just gonna click on and they're gonna see you know what they're gonna see? This, well, let me show you what they're gonna see if they join. They're gonna see this. They're gonna see this, and they're gonna just instantly click off. They're like, what the hell is this? Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna do it. Let me just change this text real quick. So to declare disclaimer. We are watching a video about my previous game projects. It is not Magicide. Feel free to continue asking me more questions. Oh. Okay, there we go. Bro, can I not give it an outline? I guess I can't right now. Okay, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch this. Should we watch like the discovery or the actual game? Yeah, we'll do the actual playing of the game, because there's like a really cool bit at the beginning where it's discovering how I got the files, because they were considered lost media, and I had to. If you could just see from this. I loaded up, like, I mean, this is like Matrix shit. I had to, like, this is really scuffed, like, connect, like,
Turn it off, but
an old PC, load up, like, Linux to salvage a hard drive. It sounds complicated, it's not. I just make it sound complicated. I had to recover the game file, and it was...
Look at this.
Oh my god, you can't even see the text. It was...
I might.
I hope you can hear the audio. Let me make it louder. Oh, that's loud. Yeah, it was Linux.
Great, so I can't actually open it. Unable to mount. Alright guys, let me quickly fix this. I actually know what I have to do here. I just had to Google it because I forgot. You basically want to open the Linux console and type in a couple commands, and then you'll be able to access the drive. You're probably going to learn a lot from this.
Yeah.
But compatibility mode. Yeah.
Anyways, this like a long while.
I guess here, yeah, that's.
This is Dark Rooms 1, not even the most country one.
Now, I know many series.
I hate this. This is me. Look at this motherfucker.
Luckily, I recorded.
Oh my god, what is going on to me back like 3 years ago? Jesus Christ, bro. Bro, I should have shaved. Oh my god. Oh my god. My hair was like super long. You could see it like on my neck. Oh my god. I mean, I don't look that better anymore. But like, god damn. My teenage years, I think I was like 2019. No, sorry, let me think. Yeah, I just turned, I think, around 16 when this video came out. So, oh boy, 16-year-old me is not a pleasant sight. Ugh.
Just so so the game starts up with, you know, your normal title screen, and you can see there's a horribly photoshopped face of like a 12-year-old me, and a horribly photoshopped face of some guy I knew called Drew. Dark Realms 1 made that
this
probably
is so
pain.
terrible.
And it's, you know, it's just the stock assets here. You got new game.
Let's go to
continue
full
and shut down.
screen.
However, yeah, we are going to go into new game.
Oh no.
So here's where the game begins, I guess. You're in this house. There's a bed there.
I should do a sequel to this video during my
So you
second.
start in this, you know, standard RPG house.
There was a
with
worse
standard
sequel
music.
called Dark Realms
Then it
2, and it
presents
was
you
terrible.
how to play an RPG. Do you know how to play an RPG? Yeah, so to play an RPG there are two important controls, Z and X. You can use the arrow keys to move. Grammatical mistakes like that, also, that's not how you play an RPG. That's how you play an RPG Maker game. See, I probably hadn't even heard what an RPG was before making this.
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
so generic.
Yeah, you know, that's already terrible
Dark
grammar,
Realms 2.
terrible explanation.
It was...
Doesn't
And
even give
as
you
you
a
can see,
story.
these are all the
Just
stock
take, like,
assets.
By clicking X,
This is
it
what
will
I mean by
open
RPG
new
Maker.
menu, Z
Like
slash
games are
enter.
just like
Oh, okay,
really
never mind.
recycled. Just
Wait a
because a lot of
second,
people
what
just
day
use
is it?
these, including me when I was 12.
April yesterday. Wait, it's my 12th birthday. My first birthday away in the future. You gotta love that, like, sprite of just like fucking 12-year-old me. But yeah, this is what we're dealing with. Wait, I sure miss the 21st century, but the 27th century has so many cool things. But where's Mr. Fuddy? He's going to give me my
Bro, my
equipment.
commentary was not good back then.
It's cool, it's time to
Bro,
pick up
that's
and need to
literally
show
just
you
a generic
something.
asset.
So already it shows how it's from the future. Okay, I've opened up a
Sorry, I just realized the text kind of like covers
So yeah,
up.
they're just created in the generator. They don't have any realistic face prior. But yeah, it already establishes it's in the future. 10 out of 10 story. You get 2 items. You
Let me
equip
make
things.
this text
Oh yeah, this is the
smaller.
menu. You equip things from here.
Just so...
Wait, what's this? Dr. Fuji. Well, I thought it was Fuddy. What? Okay, inconsistency already. Doubles your attack, basically. I'm fairly sure that's OP. Round shield, you don't get anything like that. You can get iron. Okay, yeah.
Oh man,
think
I
you talk to the game,
actually
that
just
doesn't do
like
anything,
look
and
back
we
and
go
like,
out.
despise this.
I joined to the battle. I have never lost.
Bro, this boss
Oh,
battle,
so yeah,
I
this is your
swear to
first
God.
opponent, which is some guy, friend
I
knew
can
called
never
Drew.
forget this boss
That's
battle.
his
It's
face.
amazing.
And
Bro,
oh my,
top 10 anime characters.
that is amazing. I really don't know what to say to this. Like,
Bro, top
this
10
here
anime characters.
is one of the top 10 RPG battles.
Oh my God, I just made a top 10
my
character. I just made a
God.
top 10 thing in that.
Oh,
Actual
okay. Okay,
video,
he
that's
dual
weird.
attacks. Okay. Oh, okay, we do way more damage than he does to us. We do 10 times the amount of damage, I just realised. Wait, look, 36, 376.
Wow.
Yo, we do 10 times the damage. I
That
know this
was
is the first
lore.
fight in the
There
game,
was
but
way too much
why is this
lore.
guy drawn so, like, freaking buff if he dies in 3 hits?
He dies in free.
Yeah.
There was
99
law. It was like
EXP,
it was like
200
12-year-old
pound
me
found.
got onto
True
like some sort of
power.
like time
Oh, did
machine
we
and
kill
went to
him?
the 26th century,
Oh
which is
my
like
gosh.
reverted
Already
to like
some guy-
medieval times
No,
at the
never
same
mind.
time.
Your skill.
So it was like sci-fi.
I was born with skills.
Sci-fi,
Oh,
but
okay,
like
yep.
it's
Boom,
so
did you
weird.
like-
It was like a mix of
I
20
would
genres.
be your friend.
But it was like I jumped
he joined
into
the party,
the
just
future
teleports
to
into your
avoid
party.
World War
Alright,
III.
great writing. That is.
That was
already
it.
a character.
That was the law,
You go
and it
into
was
an
just like me
inn.
and all my friends in
Hey,
there.
cute. Reboot. What the fuck is that? Oh my gosh. So yeah, you get the option. Restart. Cute. Take the key from the chest. It'll come in handy later. The best time to wear
Bro,
striped sweaters.
SpongeBob reference.
Oh, so I already got some SpongeBob quotes in.
Oh my God.
Identifying
Best
retard,
time to
finding
wear a
record,
striped
identifying
sweater.
Drudy.
It's all
Strong
the
abs,
time.
mindless.
Oh no.
Oh, so you can just
I'm
identify
gonna get-
retards. Great concept.
I actually that's aged really poorly. I know people have different like opinions on the subject, but just for the sake of it, I did apologize in the comments section for saying the R slur. It wasn't really a slur at the time, but I did apologize. I preemptively apologized for it. So, Twitter, hello Twitter, don't cancel me, please. This was 2019. I'm neurodivergent myself. Please don't cancel me. This is a game I made when I was 12. Anyway, I'm Toad. Oh my god.
Oh, Toad413, thanks for everything. He tested the game. I fucking hope they did not. Hi, my name's Thomas. Thanks for Thomas.
Oh, that was the guy who tested the game.
For testing the game. Okay, I feel terrible for this. People tested this. I think not. Key was found.
Bro,
They just fucking vanish
so
when you
bad.
talk to them. Oh, gosh. Oh, Oak Village. Great name. Great name. Great name. Can
bro,
you love me
no,
less?
don't cancel me, bro.
No alias of
Bro, that shadow on my face is so weird. I keep on thinking it's my hair. I keep on like seeing the shadow here. I'm trying to brush it off.
Oh my gosh, this dialogue is pretty fucking. This is terrible. I wrote this when I was 12. Oh my gosh. You go to a stop. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you could tell this game was made by a 12-year-old. Actually, oh my.
Bro, I thought this is so
Bruh.
edgy. Bro, it says meth, steroids. Magic
is
mushroom crack.
bad.
I was 12. Every 12-year-old is this edgy.
Probably
I
should
swear to
just
God.
like
I mean,
make your breath smell.
unless you're
What?
12, extra samurai. If you're 12, if you're
What?
secretly 12, you're cool, alright?
Mate, okay, look at the description. Oh my. Oh. Oh, you can buy the most powerful sword if you have the money, but you can't even. What is the point? I don't understand. Oh, now there's an old guy out there who wasn't there before. You are not alone. There are killers in the dark. You are the chosen one. Jump in this portal to fight Gora. So yeah, you're in the middle of nowhere. I am Gora, the most powerful force in Oak. Take this. My ultimate force. Oh, so they just switched gender. Okay. Yeah. It's 2015, guys. What you can do there.
It's 2015,
Alright,
guys.
so yeah, you get options, you can attack. Ooh. Options.
Oh god, I dropped something on my keyboard.
Oh, you
Oh
just break
god,
your
I
weapons,
broke
enemy.
it. I broke
This
it.
is the second fight in the
dropped
game and you're already
chocolate on
fighting
my
your
keyboard.
fucking nature god. Am I surprised? No. Because you know why? This game was made by the worst person to ever
Wait,
make
make
games.
sure you
a
can't hack
12-year-old
my
me.
YouTube channel.
And now
if you do
everyone
somehow.
is poisoned.
Okay, good.
You already have 4 party members and the game only literally just began.
Okay, calm
This is-
down. Calm down, 16
I-
year old Kieran.
Actually want to
Calm
go
down.
back and just tell myself, no. This
Bro,
is a
calm down.
terrible concept which should not ever be tried or recreated by anyone. And I actually sincerely mean that this is
Bro, this
that
guy
level
needs to chill.
of absolute garbage.
Bro, chill.
The fact that something like this could exist alone and not be ironic in context is mind-boggling, because look at this. Look at it. Everything about it. The grammatical mistakes, the fact you get 4 party members
Bro.
in freaking minutes, the point that all the maps are just squares and all the assets are stolen. This Goristo, yeah, you're level 10 on the second fight and you get, oh my. No, I'm losing my powers. My minions will help attack. Gora is defeated. Oh, okay.
Bro,
Yeah.
look at this shit.
These are the graphics you got.
Bro.
Right. You got a soldier, archer, monk, paladin. Okay. Drew powder. Oh, okay. Drew powder. You somehow turned someone into powder and still had them alive. Another inconsistency, and I hate inconsistencies,
Bro.
especially in projects like
Dude.
this.
Dude, calm the fuck down.
Oh,
Do you have to
yeah,
get close to your mic every 5
Get
fucking
more
seconds?
40, more
Jesus
freaking
Christ, my 16-year-old needs to
power.
calm
Also,
the
it does
fuck down.
every other stat. So tell me, please, how
Bro,
luck
stop
is
getting so
dependent
close
on a
to your
sword. Actually, no,
fucking mic.
agility is dependent on a
Dude.
sword. That is better.
Stop getting so fucking
increases
close
all your
to your mic.
random encounter, stolen
Dude,
skeleton asset from
Fucking step
default.
away from your mic, bro.
Yeah, so I'm sorry for that, but
Yeah, you should be fucking sorry. You're gonna make my ears burn.
debatably harder than the boss,
Right.
I think.
Are the skeletons harder than the boss?
Oh, never mind.
Dude,
you can
I
just run
swear
away
to
from
God.
them, but that's still questionable. Next map, Beta Village. Why is it beta? Is it because it wasn't finished? Because this game wasn't fit.
Bro,
What the
what the fuck? Can we show that? Can we show that? What the fuck?
What? What?
Can we show that on stream?
Is this the fucking healing system? Oh my god! That is. What? Okay, I know I was fucking 12 when I made this, but really? That's the healing system?
Bro,
Hold on.
I'm turning this guy down.
Hold on.
Oh my god.
There's a dead guy.
I need water. They just changed Sprite.
Oh my god.
What? Oh my god.
Bro.
Oh no.
Oh, this is.
Mushroom.
Dude.
Oh yeah, buy some.
I can't wait to react to this stream or me reacting to this video or me reacting
Why
to a
does it
game
exist?
I made when
What's
I
in
was
here?
12.
No, you're in a beta jail. What's the point of beta jail? Selling drugs is illegal. Oh my god. What is this? Okay. No, stay calm and collected. This isn't that bad. No, it is that bad. What am I saying? Okay,
Dude.
let's get out
Bro,
of
I
here.
need to
Let's see if
calm
there's
the fuck
anything we
down.
missed. I don't
Jesus,
believe
man.
So this place
Oh
looks
my
crap.
god.
Is there that guy? Doesn't say shit. Yeah, let's just get out of here. This game seems flawed in every possible concept. Oh no, we're in slow Roislia. Is that how you say it? Yeah, just you walk into snow. There's no gradual thing. It's just squares. Oh, random encounter. Slimes. Ooh.
Oh boy.
Okay, they one shot.
I like how this is what we're doing in the stream now.
Snow hills.
You know what? Just to
Who's there?
show like contrast,
Oh
I'm
my
gonna do
gosh.
an actual
Sorry
playtest.
guys, this village is closed.
Bro.
Oh, that's fucking yellow in it.
Oh,
Oh, I feel so sorry when
I'm like the teacher now when you leave the thing on here and all
Wait,
the kids are
Alan,
like, bro, teacher,
Alan, is
move
that
the
you?
mouse.
Maybe,
Is that
okay.
relatable to people anymore? But
How
like,
I left
feel
you
like
back
it
in the
is.
21st century in 2017.
Oh! Okay, additional context. In the game, it was set in the future. The past was in the future, if that makes sense. So in the game, I made this in 2015. But in the game, the me from the past is from 2017. In reality, I made it in 2015, but it was like, I thought I would look like this when I was like a kid, 2 years older. I use Vegas for like video editing. Vegas, I think I'm on 18 right now.
How? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
so the
use
games are
Vegas,
set in
bro.
the
It's pretty-
future from 2015. So they'll set 2
Yeah, I
years in the
explained it
future,
here.
if I remember correctly. So Dark Realms 1 was took place in, you know,
But-
2017 when it was made in 2015. And I'm pretty sure Dark Realms 2 was set in 2019 or.
Bro, back
Or
in
maybe
2015, I
I
thought
can't remember.
2017 was like the far
But
future.
That's
Like,
actually
goddamn.
disturbing because I somehow thought that I would still look like that in 2017. But I don't know if you've seen me. I clearly don't. This is oh my gosh.
Bro, my hair looks so terrible right now.
I kind of snuck at the
Bro.
same rocket as the same one you traveled on. And I'm bored, so I'm joining your adventure. Is he in your party? Oh my god. I think he is. It's an out arrow.
Despite how terrible they are, there's
Oh
there's
my
something
gosh.
like
Can you get
enjoyable
into it?
about
I'll
like
check it
how
out later.
about this.
Wait, I'm checking this out.
Maybe that's just me, but there's something still enjoyable about
Go
this. It
down.
has a chart. Is this another boss
I'm
battle?
Rora. You're in my personal space. Die. Oh. So you get the second boss after beating the first, which is also the third enemy in the game. Who? Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, our attacks don't do shit, but our attacks do. Yeah, so you know, players are overpowered. This is button mashing the game. No effort was put into this.
don't even know what
There
I'm
was
doing
no
with this
passion, no soul. This game was made in 3 days and debatably still better than Dark Realms 2. Act skill without capital. Okay, so it's capitalized on one, but not capitalized on the other. Okay.
Oh, this
Okay.
is so
Drew.
terrible.
Oh. Oh, so they actually did a fair amount of damage that time. Still not compared to a bunch of
Oh
people
my
doing
God.
10 times their amount of damage, so that every turn you do 40 times more damage. I'm pretty sure all these attacks are just the default attacks. Like, don't be fooled, guys. Everything here is a stock asset except the face sprites. No, the face sprites are stock assets, just not the realistic ones, right? All of these are stolen, plagiarized, and that's what's
Bro, 16-year-old
really
me
sickening.
had no
Because
restraint.
I was like,
He was just
this
going
is
at
right.
it, just yelling
no.
at this game. He was
I
so
hope anyone
he was
who's 12 and is
enraged.
thinking about making a game watches this video first and realizes that
Damn.
you should make a game about how
chill.
cool you are,
Ow,
because
my
it just makes
guy.
you look
Chill
really
the
fucking
fuck out.
uncool in
Bro,
5
he's
years.
so close to your mic, dude.
I probably
Chill.
am overreacting, but
Chill,
I
my
don't know,
guy.
people probably
Chill.
like it when people get angry on the internet.
Chill.
So yeah, you know
Dude.
that. I am.
Bro, you just-
Okay, they're already dead. I mean,
Oh my
Ron is axe found. You level 26 on the 3rd fight. No, it cannot be. Oh, they're already dead. Okay, okay.
dude.
Oh my god, 321 attack. Oh, and the items are only for me, so every other person is screwed. Okay, okay, okay.
Bro, I had to,
Aha.
bro. I was so
Oh, he.
angry at this game.
What the heck? Who used fire in the ice castle? Run for your life. Now you're in hell.
Bro, why
Okay.
are we in hell?
Just go out ice cold, now you're in hell. The only way to get out is the star. If you stand in the
I would make an obligatory
oh
has been
no,
hotel
it's
joke. but that
spiders
didn't
from
even exist in this video.
hell.
Spiders
Yo,
from
how'd
hell?
you-
OMG,
Why are you
angel
just
dust?
in hell? What the heck? No, what the
That
hell?
made me
That's what I
so
should be
sensitive.
saying.
Bro, I predicted.
Okay, that wasn't a maze. Village exit. Okay. How'd you get out of here?
Bro.
How? Am I missing something? I'm missing something.
My
aren't
brain's
I?
brain
This
rot.
can't be
Oh.
that. So something's wrong. Something's wrong.
Bro, why is there just a big ass mouse? Wait, can I make the
so
mouse's
I
kid?
guess Dark Realms 1
Oh, my mouse
ends here,
Bro,
which
I wanna make the- I want
I
the
mean,
mouse
I
to appear
guess
again
there
so
was
I can make
more,
the
but
mouse kid.
whatever it is, it's probably like long gone now since there's no way to access it. We should get to Dark Realms 2, the a lot worse version.
Dark Realms 2,
shall
this is
we?
the first one. There was a second
To
one.
be continued.
Damn. There was never a part 2, but there was a Dark Realms 2, and it was objectively worse than this. Objectively worse. Everything about the first one, that was terrible. But yeesh. Oh boy. Oh my god. Alright. I think I'm gonna. Okay, if you have any more questions, I'll let you answer them. I'll answer them. But I think after that, I'm gonna leave this stream off because this has been a pretty eventful stream. Watching that video, I don't know what that had to do with Magicide. I really don't. But it gives you some insight. About my previous terrible projects, and why I will never repeat those same mistakes. Man. So weird to me. I don't know. There's just something weird to me about, like, interacting with my past self like this. um, just waiting on you, basically, you know. Is there any more thing you have to ask me, or is that it? Because I'm content to end the stream right now. Bro, so I'm looking at the shadow on my face, and it's like, ooh, like, it's crazy. It's cool. Crazy and cool. Bah. Huh. Neat. Bro, that is so cool. Yo. What? Ooh. Ooh. What am I doing? I don't know. Okay. With that all said, thank you all for watching. If you're watching this after, like, once this is a video just on my channel, yeah, I'll time segment all the questions just for ease of access. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next week, as I always do. Not gonna lie, I actually uploaded this, as a funny, like, what the is it my brain rot? No, I uploaded this because I didn't have a video out this week, because I really drained after making the 2-parter Minecraft thing, which you should watch if you like my videos. And with that, I will see you guys next time.